card number 5 is Cherry Cobbler. You're going to fold that in half, burnish that edge good. Then you're going to need a sheet of this designer series paper. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to hang tight on that for just a second. Don't glue that down yet. You're also going to need a scrap of that same designer series paper. So we're going to grab our early espresso ink, and we're going to stamp that little crate on the scrap of designer series paper. Just like that. I like that. I didn't get good ink on the bottom here, so it's kind of variegated, and I think I like it. I don't know if you can reproduce that, but it wasn't supposed to happen. So sometimes these little things are bonuses, right? And I'm just going to trim right around this rectangle with my snips. I was up north, and one of the little girls watches my videos that I go hunting with, and she watches my videos all the time. She's so cute. She loves to stamp. And she made a comment and started giggling. She goes, "You call your scissors snips." It was kind of funny because, yeah, well, that's what Stampin' Up! Calls them. Paper snips. Okay, next what we're going to do, let's get this closed up. We're going to, oops, I just stuck my finger in it. We're going to take our Whisper White scrap, and we're going to stamp a Cherry Cobbler partridge on it. So I'm gonna, oops, that didn't get inked up very good. We're gonna stamp a Cherry Cobbler partridge. So that's, whoops, I can leave this open. I seem to be saying whoops a lot, and I don't mean to do that. It's kind of annoying, isn't it? And then we've also got Real Red and Old Olive, okay? You're going to die cut the partridge, and I already have one here that I die cut. We can put this away. Now we're going to take this piece. Now I'm going to dry fit these first before I do anything else. I want my little crate to go right here. My partridge is going to go right here. I'm going to stamp some flowers around that. Before I do anything, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And that's stamped in Cherry Cobbler. Oh, let me make sure about that. I was correct. I wrote my instructions up, and I just wanted to make sure. Now, kind of looking at this. This paper is a little bit lighter over here than it is here, so I'm just going to turn it around, and I think I like that contrast a little better. So it doesn't really matter, but I'm just kind of weird like that. Are you weird like that too? Okay, here comes my Cherry Cobbler with my Merry Christmas, and I'm going to stamp that right here. Now, the reason why we didn't glue anything together yet is because we messed this up. We can use this piece for something else, you know, die cutting or whatever. So that's why I stamp first, and then I start gluing things together. Okay, so we've got our Merry Christmas. We've got our partridge. Our partridge is going to go right in here. So we need to stamp some flowers, and we're going to be using this little flower image. I'm going to start with the Cherry Cobbler, and I'm going to stamp that right over here. So I'm going to move my bird out of the way, bring my bird back in, okay, because I just kind of want it peeking out from behind. And then I'm going to use Real Red, and I'm going to stamp another flower right up here. You may want to twist it and turn it a little bit. That would have been brilliant, but now I'm going to bring my leaves in, and again I'm going to bring my box back here. I want to look at my placement. I'm going to stamp some Old Olive leaves right there, and then I'm going to stamp another set of them right there without re-inking, okay? And then I'm going to come up in here and stamp Full Strength, and then stamp someplace else without re-inking. And one more time, I want just a little bit of leaves right in here, Full Strength. I'm just again gonna bring this up here. And I think that looks pretty darn good, okay? So that's all I did, is just kind of fill in like there's flowers in the box. The partridge is sitting in the front of it. I think it looks pretty neat. I'm gonna get these all closed up. we are going to add the crate with dimensionals. And I'm just about out here, but I've got lots of edges to use up. So, where'd that go? Get that back here. Okay. Put my crate back in here. Just like that. I think that looks good. And then our partridge is going to go in here. And I think I'm going to put him on dimensionals also. Or her. Partridges can be girls or boys, obviously. Like, that was dumb. I think I'm going to put a little mini dimensional on its head, and I'm going to double that up because it's not going to go on the box. This is just going to help even it out. I'll show you what I mean here in just a minute. One dimensional here is going to fit on the box, but since the box is on dimensionals, I need two for it to meet the cardstock underneath. Does that make sense? Isn't that kind of cool looking? When you do it on yours, you're going to love this because it's pretty neat. Okay. Add some adhesive to the back of your layer. I love this wood grain up against that cherry cobbler. Isn't that pretty? And then we're going to grab our braided trim, and I'm going to, I've got glue on my hands, you guys. It's not good. I'm going to tie a bow. I'm shooting all these videos while the Packers are playing. They are playing the Falcons tonight. Sorry, Falcon fans, but it's 27-16. We're kicking butt. Got the volume on mute, but the screen is still playing. I'm just going to cut this off, grab a mini glue dot, and add this to my crate right underneath my partridge. And I rolled that mini glue dot up so that I won't see it sticking out from under the twine. Isn't that pretty?